Let's go live now to the United Kingdom, where Prime Minister Scott Morrison has just touched down in London to represent Australia at the 75th anniversary, or commemorations, I should say, of the D-Day landings. Sky News political reporter James O'Doherty is in London. James, Solomon Islands yesterday and now the United Kingdom. What does the PM schedule look like? I assume, of course, he'll meet with Theresa May, but she's a bit of a lame duck. Do you think he'll meet with any of the other contenders for the top job?
Well, government spokespeople, Peter, were not really suggesting that Scott Morrison will meet with Boris Johnson or any of the other front-runners for the Tory leadership after Theresa May does step down. Alexander Downer, the former High Commissioner to Britain, says that if he has time, he should, because he should build a rapport with the person or people that might be the Prime Minister in this country in just a couple of weeks. Scott Morrison will be meeting with Theresa May during his two-day visit, but he'll be meeting with Theresa May likely tomorrow at the commemorations of the D-Day anniversary, marking 75 years since D-Day. For his agenda today, Scott Morrison will be addressing an Australia-UK Chamber business lunch, speaking to business people here in London. He's expected to talk about the need to expand free trade around the world, also pushing his agenda to crack down on the sharing of radical terrorist material online. That's something that he wants to raise at the G20, so he'll be pushing that as well today. He's also expected to meet with some significant British officials and people within government today to emphasise his message as he starts his schedule for this pretty busy two-day trip to the United Kingdom, Peter.
Yeah, look, it's interesting the Huawei points being made. I had a good look at a lot of the contenders for Theresa May's job, and many of them are coming out to say that they would not support her initial view that for non-critical infrastructure that Huawei would be involved. This all goes about the laying down of 5G cable, and the United Kingdom looks to be the only one of the Five Eyes partners. Other countries like us and Canada and New Zealand are included in the Five Eyes who have gone down this China path. So it will be very interesting.
Yes, that's right. And the contenders for the Tory leadership are indicating that they would ban Huawei's involvement. So far, though, it's a bit unclear as to what Theresa May will finally decide after some indications that Huawei could contribute to the non-core infrastructure of the 5G network. This will be something that Scott Morrison is expected to raise with his counterpart. There are reports today that the senior Australian officials have been talking about this with people in the UK to remind them of Australia's decision to ban Huawei's involvement and to urge the UK to do the same. That's something that Donald Trump sent a message on earlier. The message is that all of the Five Eyes partners should have the same consistent approach, Peter.
Yeah, well, I think it's an absolute no-brainer. James O'Doherty, thanks very much for your time. Enjoy London, one of my favourite cities, I have to tell you.